Mackie Phillips, oh, everybody, make una see Mackie Phillips. She say make I rest. Mackie Phillips. Ọmọ gọ̀tán ó gọ̀tán yányán. Ó ṣorí bí ẹyin aláǹgbá. Ọmọ tọrọ ọpọlọ lọ́wọ́ ọpọlọ, ọpọlọ sì lọ́pọlọ ju ọpọlọ wèrè lọ. Ẹ bá ń kí wèrè. Make we greet Mackie Phillips. An eleribu of dignity. I never start to talk. You jump come my life. You say make your papa for house rest. Why you not talk? Say make your mama rest from standing by the roadside. Ṣé kò rẹ̀ yá rẹ ni? Ó ń ro kà lọ́sàn-án, wọ́n ń gun níyán lóru. Ìyá ẹ̀ ń ro kà lọ́sàn-án, wọ́n ń gun níyán lóru. Eleribu. Make I even look the way picture. Make I look the way picture. Hey, today I get I get time for some kind of people. Mackie Phillips. Oh yeah. Make I reach there quick before you go lock in account. He will to the account by Mackie Phillips following me. Oh. Àwọn eléyìí cookie that makeup. Hey, ọjà lélẹ́yìí wá tà láyé. Ó ṣe ní báyìí. Hey, Mackie Phillips, you. Not say your market come my life, weary. In fact, make I block him from here. Wetin dey find come my life? Olórí burúkú. I don't block him down. Olubukola Moyo, how are you doing? All of you. You get a fine girl, but you know, say that fine girl, she did there, they sell. Do hair like this. But that wig on which she wear, a very cheap version. That one know they reach 8K. Anyway, let us talk about Ibadan. First of all, our hearts go out to our family and friends. I grew up in Ibadan. I used to live in Bodija. I lived in Bodija for about 3-4 years of my life. My parents lived in Arimo, Ibadan. But you see, me, I tire. Lomo Suya, how you doing, brother? Me, I tire for that ghetto life. So I go find BQ for one very touche area for Ibadan, where they call Paul Hendricks. So I stayed on Paul Hendricks for about 3 years. Before that, I stayed in Ashi on my own. I come out from my papa and my mama house. I say, I don't know if they follow now they leave again. So make I go live for my own house. So my house was closer to school. No, that we've on na 8K. No, that how we've on na 8. You know, see how she be. Those we've on will be like, say you buy mop for market, can't go dye the mop where I'm as hair. Now so she be. Upside down mop. Paul Hendricks, that's apart from Bere, Arimo. But you see, guess what? I always go Arimo for anytime I had work, because my office was in Makbo. So Makbo to Arimo is almost walking distance. So I used to go to Makbo, to my office, and I used to live in my own personal house in Bodija, but I used to stay with my parents in Arimo, Ibadan. And my parents had a house in Olubadan estate. So Ibadan is somewhere I'm very fond of. Bodija was also somewhere I'm fond of and used to. Growing up, all my friends were in Bodija, and I used to go to, even when I was at home and wasn't in school, I used to hang out in Bodija every day. So Bodija is somewhere I'm very familiar with. And let me tell you something. Somebody say free publicity for the girl. Very free, oh, upside down mop. Upside down, die the top. Now so she be. So anyway, no, I stayed in New Bodija. I stayed in, there's Favors and then there's Are. I think Favors or Shuntokun, if I remember clearly. Then there's Are. I used to stay off Are. Paul Hendricks is off Are, if I remember clearly. So let's start by talking about why something of a blast of that magnitude can happen in a residential area. And this is where we Nigerians have no scruples. Why would you bring something that can explode? As in, did you see the destruction, the area view? Forget this one that government they talk, say only 2 people buy you. I'm not sure say government know it they talk. Say only 2 people buy like that. Only 2. Government. Esimarora. Emma, calm down. They said the tremor reached everywhere. My papa dey Ogbere. I call my papa, say, Daddy, you hear any? He say he no hear anything. Iwo Road people, all those area people no hear. But you see Bodija, Akobo, Akpata, everybody here heard. So you heard it. Some parts of Jericho, yes. Up to Moniya, Omona, wow. Songo Coca-Cola, they were here. Songo Coca-Cola is just behind Old Bodija now. Eleyele, Ibadan, Songo, Eleyele is far, sha. Eleyele is a bit far, but if they heard it it's in that area, but it's further down. Because after Songo, you will go to all the way down to Ibadan. After Ibadan is Eleyele, if I remember clearly. If I remember clearly. Agbo will definitely hear it. Agbo will definitely hear it. I grew up in Ibadan now. I left Ibadan when I got to Ibadan when I was like 5, and I left Ibadan when I was 20. No, sorry, when I was 25. Now I finally packed come out for Ibadan. So I lived in Ibadan for 20 something years. I don't know, so can I express? Mokola, after Songo is Mokola. Mokola is behind Old Bodija. All that Premier Hotel side, all that Mokola, Coca-Cola side. Even, I'm sure, even up to Dugbe, they heard it. My worry is Akpata, Ring Road, Challenge. I'm not sure Challenge people would have heard it. Challenge is on the other side. Secretariat is close to, you see, Old Bodija. If you come out of, I've forgotten the name of that road that comes out of the last road coming out of Old Bodija. If you take a right, you get to the bridge. Secretariat is just up that after the bridge is Secretariat. So Secretariat is that environment. Brume. No, they said they heard it from Akpata. I don't know about Challenge, but I did my own investigation, and people heard it from as far as Akpata. Jigger is saying it couldn't have been Custom is before Secretariat. So if they didn't hear it, if they heard it in Secretariat, they will hear it in Customs. Because Customs is even closer to Old Bodija than Secretariat. Ikolaba is on the other side of New Bodija. We are talking about Salami Estate. Ikolaba is a little far. So they might not have heard it in Ikolaba, but they might have heard it faintly. Awolowo Road, yes. When you are leaving Awolowo Road, right off Awolowo Road bridge, immediately after the bridge, Customs on your left. After Customs, you get to the roundabout, that's Secretariat. Samonda is Ojo. If I'm correct, no. It's Samonda Songo. I think Samonda, yeah. Samonda is between Songo and UI. They will have heard it. They will have heard. Samonda is between Songo and UI. They will have heard it around that area. Awolowo was the main blast care. Samonda is between Songo Junction and UI. That's where Samonda is. Monia is further down after Samonda UI. You will go all the way to Ojo. Then you will get to Monia. Akobo is on the other side, but they heard it in Akobo because my father has a house in Akobo. And my relatives who stay in his house in Akobo said they heard it, but my dad himself didn't hear it. Someone said one big bang is usually gas. That thing is too big unless it is a gas manufacturing plant. I don't know that Dejo Yelese Street. I know Awolowo Way. I think when you go down Awolowo Way, when you enter from that Secretariat Road, someone said, you know my house in Akobo? Okay, someone said they didn't hear it in Akala Way. Now, when you come in, Bolaige's house on this side of Awolowo Road. If I no. Is that I'm thinking of, is that Delege's house or Bolaige's house? Somebody that knows Ibadan, if you're coming from Secretariat on Awolowo Road, you go all the way down to the police station, that police post. Did it get to the police post? Was it after the police post? Let's start from there. Entering Awolowo Road, you enter Awolowo Road from two main entrances. One, you are coming in from Songo, or you are coming in from the Secretariat Road. Those are the two entrances to that Awolowo Road. There's another entrance from Bodija itself, but from coming out of Bodija. It's after the police post. That means it's going towards Songo. After the police post is close to Songo. Do you know Davis Hotel? Because just before the police post, there's that turning that is going to Davis Hotel. No, Custom is far back. Help me, somebody, help me. I want to try to place it in my mind. That year we get babes for all that corner. Now I will try. Now we work out those places. Yes, Davis. Where we are talking about, Awolowo Road is Old Bodija. Davis Hotel is old. You see, David Hotel is Awolowo Road. There's a turning. David Hotel is, if you are coming from Secretariat, is on your left. Is okay. They call that roundabout housing. Okay, it's at the back of housing. Jiga say I get Ibadan GPS. I get them. I can figure out Ibadan easily like this. I don't know a small. I've not been to Ibadan in that long, so I don't know a small. I'm trying to remember Ibadan from my days growing up. Old Housing Secretariat, A small. Oh man. Now, a lot of people, like Jigger, for instance, who is experienced in mining, says it cannot be dynamite, that it has to be. Okay, let me bring Bongoli and Jigger. Now, guys, you've got to be very careful because you cannot use certain words. They will flag us. You know, these people are not very kind. Don't mention, say people buy, don't mention, say people wound, all those kind of things. Bongoli, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, sir. Unfortunately, I'm at work.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm saying I don't know if you are going to do this program again later in the evening or
Okay,
in the
just say
US
what you
time.
want to say quickly. Let me remove you then. Let me pick your brain.
Okay, hold on. Let me close. Let me close this door. Hold on. So you have the phone? All right. Huh? I know on your program you want people to be seen. So this is me.
Yes,
This is
Bongoli,
me.
how far?
All right. So let me kill the camera. So that is freeze. It is one of two things. Good day, everyone. I pray for the people of Ibadan today or your state, and my thought and prayers goes out to them because this is a very sad occurrence.
Absolutely.
And may the people that lost their lives, may they rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Now, back to the issue. As a process safety engineer that I am, I see this more in the line of what is called a vapor cloud explosion, and not necessarily the explosive stuff that they're talking about, like you had they said dynamite and
Tell
all of
me
that.
about this vapor cloud explosion. What is a vapor cloud explosion?
So a vapor cloud explosion is when you have a flammable fluid, which is a gas, for example, or maybe a liquid that evaporated, and then it forms a cloud, and then it gets to an ignition point, and then it ignites, and you hear a thunderous sound. And then you have that explosion. So I want people to go and watch the Beirut explosion in 2020 and compare it to the Abule Ado explosion in 2020. So if we had to go by what the governor said, the governor said that there was an explosion and all of that. Illegal mining, and you had the explosives and all of that. So that means they must have stored ammonium nitrate in there. They must have stored ammonium nitrate, and the ammonium nitrate is an ingredient for explosion, or explosive devices, and also for fertilizer. So it could have been stored for fertilizer. They use that to make fertilizer. And so there must have been a fire incident to ignite that. There must have been a fire incident. I repeat again, was a fire incident reported before that incident? Because it's only that fire incident that would kind of like ignite that because it's a fuel source. So then I asked another question. People were sending me information on all of that. I said, is there a gas distribution facility in that area? Or is there a gas pipeline in that area? Were people smelling? There's something that they call mercaptan. So mercaptan is what you put in natural gas or gas so that you have that smell, like gas smell, and it's very pungent. It's by like rotten egg. So were people smelling all of that in the area? So if I'm to do a holistic review of this incident, there are a lot of questions that needs to be answered, and also the impact. What was the kilometer radius of impact? Was there a crater? The pictures that I'm seeing a crater.
I'm seeing a crater too.
I've seen a crater there. So if there's a crater, then maybe there is that ammonium nitrate there. And there's a reason why I'm saying ammonium nitrate. I'm not saying dynamite. I'm not saying that because ammonium nitrate is cheaper for explosion compared to dynamite. And for dynamite to explode, you need a what's it called? You need a blasting cap.
Just say blow. Say blow. No use that X1.
Blow.
Say blow. I beg.
You need a blasting cap. These things don't just ignite by themselves. You need to put a form of energy. A form of energy must actually impact because there's a fuel source. It is a fuel source. Because for you to have a fire or explosion, you must have there's a triangle. You need to have air, which is oxygen. You need to have a fuel, and you need to have an ignition source. You need to have all three of them. So the video of the Beirut incident, because the Beirut one was fertilizer or ammonium nitrate that was stored in a pot for so long, for over 6 years. Now let me drop this so that I can go. If for whatever reason it were those ammonium nitrates that was stored there, I recommend that people in that area should leave. But I know it is not easy because the danger is not actually the impact that we are seeing today. It's the reactions that are taking place right now. So we have if that is what happened, because there's a crater, so there's some form of evidence. But if that is what happened, but I'm not saying in that direction, but if that is what happened, then there's a reaction in the air. So you're having nitrous oxides, you're having nitrogen 2 oxide and nitrogen 4 oxide, and these are very, very dangerous. It's cancerous. It begins to cause lung issues for people. People will actually, in the next 5 to 10 years, you start hearing that people are having terminal issues in that area. So those are the things that we need to pay attention to. So people are inhaling that because I would expect the government to prove that, or the people that are investigating, to get like a gas monitor and start monitoring the gas, take gas bag samples and take it to the lab to sample the air. They need to get an air sample to ascertain if it is the explosives. Because if it is that, you start seeing NO2 in the air. You start seeing
NO2 is nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide is laughing gas, if I get that correct.
Is it not N2O?
N2O, sorry, N2O. That's laughing gas.
Yes, but you have the nitrous oxide, you have the nitrogen 2 oxide, nitrogen 4 oxide, and all of that. So they should have taken gas bag samples in that area and sampled the air. That's one of the first things they should have done. Cordoned the area.
When I go there, they say what God cannot do does not exist.
Cordon the area.
Hey.
Because that is the major danger now. The danger is not the physical damage we are seeing. It's the damage to the environment and the air and the health of people in that area. So that if it's maybe if you do this show later tonight to our American time around 2 a.m. 3 a.m.
Thank you so much for this though. That's why it's good to go to school. Go to school. Una no go hear word. Everybody, people they type say, what is he even saying? As in how you want take figure am out when na church you dey go. Wọ́n gbọ́wọ́ lẹ́yìn lórí wọ́n gbàdúrà fún yín. Rebete scarabas kerebe. If you say in come here now speak in tongues, all of you go say amen. Person mumble, you no understand, but he talk nitrous oxide. He talk ammonia. Una say wetin this one they talk, una no fit understand. Ko le ye yin te ma fi ku.
You know why? Because if you remember, I'm from Abule Ado. In Satellite Town, from Satellite Town. And we had this incident in 2020. And I told them back then when it happened that it was vapor cloud explosion, that there was a pipeline gas leak. But I'll be able to explain when I'm in my comfort zone. I can say I can't talk loud.
Okay. So we'll have a session later on tonight with Bongo Lee, and he's going to explain what a vapor cloud blow. We're going to use the word blow so that these people will begin to find our trouble. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Someone said radiation. I don't think radiation could have been
No, no,
an
no, no,
issue
no,
at
no,
the
no, no.
night.
Far from it.
If it was in, it
Far
could
from
have
it.
been ignited by the sun during the day. Is a remote possibility, but at 7 p.m. at night, no, it's not radiation, and it does not
By the
emit
free.
radiation.
Thank you. I would, if we're going to do a show later in the night, like your regular whatever time, I'll be able to explain everything very well in details. You ask the question, people ask questions, we'll be able
And
to talk about
also
it very
by
well.
then, we will have had an update from the government. That's if the government is ready to update anything.
But I don't. What the governor said, I don't really
As in,
believe
they
this
say now
person.
two people buy for that thing where happen like that. If they say
That's
now
what
only
I'm
two
saying.
people where they don't see so far away by, if they say two people for that, people will not
That's what
buy.
I'm saying.
Anyway,
That's
nothing
what I'm
concern me.
saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If looking at it, when my process safety hat, engineer hat, the things I'm seeing there is not what I think it is. Because I said the same thing when it happened in Abule Ado in 2020. I told them it was vapor cloud explosion. It took people to believe only 6 months later when BBC did their own documentary. And it was the same thing that I said, that BBC said. And I said, is that not the same thing I said 6 months back? This is my job. I do this for a living. I do simulation. You do simulation. That's why I think you take gas bag samples. You take gas bag samples. The Oyo State government is listening to me now. Their health and safety people should go and take gas bag samples and measure the air samples there to be very sure that if they are seeing a lot of nitrogen compounds there, then you can say, okay, yes, it is this issue. And then now let's begin to tackle it.
Now, real
And
quick,
also,
if you want people to evacuate that area, we are also in Hamatan and there's a lot of wind blowing. How far do you think the wind can take the gases, the poisonous gases?
that the phrase, it depends on the wind direction. So what is Amatan? Amatan is a northeast trade wind. Amatan is a northeast trade wind. So it's going to be moving towards the south. And that means it's going to be moving towards Lagos and Ogun State. So yes, not is that not the meaning of Amatan? Is Amatan not northeast trade wind? It comes from
Northeast.
Borno.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
now.
It comes from Borno.
It is northeast trade wind, yeah.
The northeast trade wind. It comes from Borno, so it's going to be moving down south. So
Okay, rainy season is
unfortunately,
southwest monsoon. So
yes. So the one is not.
It comes from the Sahara desert, so it
comes from the
goes down
Sahara.
to south, yeah.
And then it comes down that way from Borno. It comes in from Yobe, Borno, and then it comes down. So it's going to be pushing down to the Atlantic Ocean, and also depends on the direction of the wind. But since it's Harmattan, it's going to be moving that way for the most part. So now I cannot. It's only if I do a simulation. It's my simulation that will tell me if I put in the direction of the wind. I put in the simulation software. Gives me all the information, gives me the crater and all of those things. But we have to look at it from different angles. Was it an ammonium nitrate explosion, or was it a gas release? And then it is between the upper explosion limits and lower explosion limits, and boom, you go to an ignition source. But these are things I will talk about later in the night. I'll be able to
yes, and the
explain very
government
well.
too should please be a bit honest with us and tell us what exactly is happening.
The government may not know that it freeze, because this happened during Abule Ado time, unfortunately. They didn't know what happened. At times I give them
Bongoli,
benefit of the
government
doubt. No, at times I give them benefit of the doubt, but after the Abule Ado incident, because Abule Ado incident is my home. Like, it touched me. I was crying. These are my people. And I was seeing what was going on. I was like, these people really don't know what happened. So, well, Darifis, thank you very much for your time. I have to go now. But we'll do a show later tonight and we'll talk about it, all things being equal. Thank you very much, my
Look
brother.
forward to hosting
Thank
you
you very
tonight,
much.
Bongoli.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so
very
much.
That
Yes,
is
sir.
it. Me, I don't have a lot to say because the gentleman Boguli is an engineer, and he has said everything. And I'll tell you, I'm 100% with him on what he said. The first thing the government said was dynamite. It cannot be dynamite.
It cannot
be dynamite.
Dynamite explosions are smaller unless it's like a really big cluster of dynamite.
Exactly.
The dynamite will go do that thing. If they move and come, everybody go know. So they move something. Come here.
Yeah, and it would have been multiple explosions if it was dynamite. And most likely, it is gas. Most likely. And like Bongoli said, the vapor cloud explosion happened. We see it every time, especially when there's leakage. And in a country like Nigeria, we don't have proper safety. We don't take proper safety measures. We do our things. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And the first thing, if that had happened in Europe, bro, they would have sealed that radius, that whole area. They would have sealed it. Nobody can go in. Nobody can come out. Nobody can go in and nobody will be able to come out. If that happened in America, in Europe, or any Western country. But when you're seeing pictures of people running around and moving in that area, you don't even know what it is in the first place. There's always the aftermath of blasts. There's always radioactive. There's the possibility that there's a radioactive gas there that people are inhaling that you don't even know. First and foremost, that area should be sealed until they know what really happened. You know? But this is Nigeria. This is Nigeria where nobody cares for life. Nobody cares. You know? Nobody cares. So my own 2 cents is let the government stop saying it's dynamite because it cannot be dynamite. You know? Let them just remove that one from the whole because there's no chance that it's dynamite. And illegal miners and blah 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 blah. No. That narrative will not fly to people who think, people that use their brain. That level of explosion can only be gas. That has been there's probably a leakage that nobody knew about, and an ignition, and it happened because one loud sound, one big bang is usually leakage of gas. So, like the engineer said,
now my question is, but there's no pipeline in that area, so how can it be a gas explosion?
Well, I don't know. I've never been to that area, so I don't know if there's pipeline or there's no pipeline. But then, it's usually when there's leakage, it's not in the area itself. Like you said, this vapor cloud explosion. So probably the gas has gathered in that area until the explosion happened. So they should do their investigation properly before they come out and start saying it's dynamite, it's one thing, it's the other thing. For me, that's my own 2 cents. So I really don't know anything a lot about chemical engineering and all this. But for me, I know for sure it cannot be dynamite. So now my own 2 cents without that phrase.
All right, guys. Did you hear from? What updates did you hear from? I want people from Ibadan. If you live in Ibadan, especially if you live around that Bodija area, I would like you to send me a request. Let me bring you in. Let's have a conversation regarding this. So if you are an Ibadan person, I want us to have a conversation regarding this. If you live in Ibadan, send me a request. If you live in Ibadan and you are close to, you happen to be close. Ibadan people, come and talk. Oh, Ada Blessing, where are you? All of you, I live in Ibadan. All of you, where are you? When it's time for intelligent conversations, you will not come. If na gossip now, all of una go wrong, come like who lost? Somebody say Ibadan people are on Facebook. Let the non kasibai. Ibadan people, Ebere Oki, where are you? Someone they say they no sabi speak English. No worry. Someone say Ibadan diaspora allowed. No. Habi, come. I know you be Ibadan guy. Oh yeah. You say you did noisy place, no problem. Waka go where no too noisy, no hear you. Somebody say invite those women that normally join during gossip. Ebere, Ada, Samaria, Gambia, Remy. They say make I invite you now, make una come talk. Ibadan people ẹ̀yin dá o. Sewa. Harvey, night don't reach for Ibadan. Oh, say call me when I that blessing. Ah, Ibadan network don't start. Ah, Ibadan people. Oh, say they don't go church, go pray. Ibadan people who live in Bodija, send me a request, please. I'm answering all the requests. Come now, Ibadan, you day. Where needs like this? Hello?
That is thing I requested before you said Ibadan. I'm in Lagos.
Okay.
Boss.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's so much that is left for the government to do. That is freeze. I must confess to you, this is just more than what the government is just talking about. We need them to do more findings. We need them to do more, findings as regards what has just happened. Our heart goes for our Ibadan brothers and sisters. This is extremely too much. That the phrase, this is more than what we can just, sit here and talk about. There's so much that is left undone. That the freeze, let me say one important thing here. You see, a lot of times people will keep talking about the fact that residents should do more. The situation is already hard in the country. Residents and Nigerians are going about, how they can be able to, provide either 1 or 2 square meters for themselves. And then you now ask them to, leave all of that and focus on the security jobs that has been awarded out to persons to do. It is a plus that we should be able to work or look at for our residents. But then it is difficult that it frees. You live in this same country. It's difficult for us to provide 1 square meter for ourselves if we must say the truth. Now, persons or people who are now hungry are about of their daily job. Our daily activities. Now want them to now start living what they can. They can go out and find to eat, to now seek for what that is being awarded out for the security agencies to do. How do we balance this? This is the question that is left unanswered. People are paid for this job. You can't say that the Oyo State government and then the governor is not aware of these things that has taken place. Fine, we can say maybe they are, but there are persons that are awarded to watch out for such things, such substance, such companies. They pay to come into the country. They pay to come into the state. They pay to have that location. They pay to have that residence to occupy. It's a resident place. How did this come in place? How would, up till now, the government cannot give us accurate measure of what happened and how it happened? It's called for. This is not it.
In your own opinion, what do you think happened?
In my own opinion, what I think it happened is beyond what the government is saying has happened. I don't want to call a name, but my answer is very simple. It's beyond what the government is saying it has happened. How can you say 2 persons die or 2 persons die in this kind of situation? That is freeze. Have you seen the cars that went down? How many is ara èèyàn? How many is human being part?
Hmm.
Now come out and say,
My
look at
brother, I
building.
like you. You think in Yoruba and you talk in English. How much
Yes,
is ara èèyàn? Aye.
yes,
Ọ̀rọ̀
now
lẹ́gbọ́
that
yẹn
it
yín
is.
jọ̀mọ́.
Ah, a lot of times when we talk about all these things, I'm a Christian, but a lot of times I have followed your teachings. I'm so sorry to say, your teachings, your teachings has taken me beyond what my pastor has taught me long time now. I'm so sorry to say to my Christian brother that are hearing me, your teachings has helped me a lot. I'm so sorry. A lot of persons disagree with what you think. I mean, what you teach a lot of times, and I've been following for a long time. And now, a lot of times, I have been able to learn. I have come to a better understanding. But Mali says that the people they gave birth to in the darkness have now seen the greater light. These are the things. A lot of times people don't understand. I stand not to disagree with all of these things. I mean, all of the things that pastors talked about, or a lot of times are not. But you have given me knowledge that I cannot pay for.
Thank you
Look at
so
Bongo.
much, my brother. Big
Yes,
shout
look
out to
at Bongo.
Scally Banks, my number one gifter. And let me also say you can pop my money guns, Lion T3 and Oscar Okosi. Thank you so much. Follow my number one gifter. Pop up on TikTok so I can get more people watching the live. I'm sending requests. If you want to be part of this conversation, please come in. Let's hear from other people. Everybody seems to be running away from this conversation. I really appreciate this gentleman here who is willing to talk to us. Thank you so much. So hang on, wait with us. I'm just trying to see if there's anybody else who can say anything.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes. Femi Aderogba, you are saying Ada should send request. Your own hand they paying you. Why you no send request? All the people sending requests, and they see a lot of what they call them, babes. All those babes where they do hair. All of them once you send requests, I send them requests like this. They go just decline, run.
Funny enough, Femi joined us since he came on live. Femi has been with us since.
Sir Bill.
Hey, my
Welcome,
brother.
brother.
Yes.
So we are talking about the Ibadan blast. We are careful not to use the EXPLOSION word because of community guidelines. So what is your take?
Well, I joined a little bit late, but I know you guys are talking about this Ibadan issue. Yes, and I listened to the governor on, I think on one of those news anyway, and he was talking about the fact that it had to do with illegal mining or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is another problem. Nigerian government sometimes they are too quick to react. Do you understand? It's not in the position of the governor to have made that statement. That is just the truth. I don't know when Nigerian government will try to cue and learn from their past mistakes. What they're supposed to do, the police would have come up and make a statement that they are still investigating this issue, and give a physical assessment that everybody can see, life assessment, like maybe after the blast, this happened, this is what has been damaged, and we are looking at the cause. You can't just come out the very day or the very next day just to say that it's illegal mining and maybe tomorrow something else will come up. It makes the people lack trust in the government, So that is one part that I want to make mention there. Then I actually joined when this fine gentleman was expressing some concerns about the Nigeria system today. For us that live here in the United States, we so much love that country. If not, will not even be following the news in the first place. You know, understand, DF? As you did today, both those people they come your comment section, say good or negative things against you, they all love you. They don't love you, they won't click.
That's true.
That is the truth. Yes, now. If person not get your time, why go click?
100%.
So definitely that's why that's one thing about like we love Nigeria. We are very concerned. No matter the citizenship we achieve, Nigeria is our first home. So with that being said, this gentleman made one serious comment, and I think I'm just coming this on the first time. As you can see, I'm working from home right here. So I saw one of your videos. You mentioned a comment about dollar getting to 1,300 or thereabout. Dear, just within this week, there is a hub that used to send money in Nigeria. Every 2 hours, the money they rise. You hear me so? If you go to the hub right now, if they write 1,000 to something, in the next 2 hours you hear 1,002, 1,002 this, 1,000. Why? It keep rising. Do you understand? It's a serious concern. Nigeria government should be very grateful that the power of social media today, which have empowered a lot of people from Nigeria today to be able to work on their own, like the likes of your type. You earn in dollar. DF, let me tell you, you earn in dollar. You know what I'm talking about. You understand? There are many others there that earn in dollar through the power of digital marketing. People have created a niche for themselves, skit makers and all that kind of stuff. You understand? Why I'm saying this is what the gentleman said when he said that there are no jobs in that country. He is very serious. He's correct. It's very correct. Most people I see on YouTube and all that doing well for themselves is either they are skit makers or they are, social media doing one or two things in the digital market and making money in dollars. Do you understand me? So let us face the reality of this situation. People that this team have affected their businesses, you don't know. Do you understand? No insurance policy to pay and compensate for properties, businesses that have been affected. What is the complete analysis of damage? That is what the governor should be looking at. What is the true analysis of the situation? How many people buy? How many people property destroy? How many people don't get displaced based on this particular incident? That is what the governor should be concerned about. So it seems almost like they are all fighting for one thing. Don't make us look bad. It's not about making us look bad. It's about the reality of the situation.
The reality of the situation.
Yes, for you to help yourself, you must face the reality of the situation. You understand? So that is it. That is it. They should go online. And this government, they're not taking advantages of people like your likes and others on social media. For instance, if the government of Ibadan, wherever that particular location where it happened, had done complete analysis of the situation through live, use social media guys to stream live these things live, people who are able to help will start sending their help individually to their people over there. Instead, the government will tell them, say, why you carry camera go there? Yes, if you carry camera go there today, they'll arrest you. I know the joke. They will arrest you. They will say, what are you doing here? Because all they just want to do is to make the government look good by lying, which does not make sense. There are people who really need help. There are some people that this thing that happened yesterday right now, that if people put their hands together, even people in that country that are doing well, I'm not saying they must be abroad. Do you understand? If they are aware of the true life situation, say, oh, this woman, see what happened to her. Let's give this woman $400, $300, or 200,000, whatever. But the government is not doing nothing. They are so fast. They are so fast. So I want to end here by saying, please, everyone should try and use the power they have now, to access it through this social media. Let us know the true situation of things.
Absolutely. You see, the government does not want to look like they are not doing their work. That is why they will cover up this kind of thing, which I agree with you is unfair.
Of course.
Greatly and grossly unfair.
Unfair.
Because we don't have a clue what is going on.
At all.
So that's my own major issue right here. I wish that more people can contribute towards this topic. Let me just bring one or two more people.
So Jeff, let me leave.
Okay.
You guys to do your thing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I'm just sad that nobody else wants to talk about this. If it's gossip now, who's sleeping with who? Their mouth go begin sharp now.
Go sharp. You go see 1,000 people online.
And this is you tomorrow now. Everything government. What is your own responsibility as a citizen in the country?
Yes.
It's just government. Government is not doing their work. They are eating the money. They are doing you are not eating the money. Which work are you doing in the country? Of what benefit? Okay, so what you get you as people?
That's why I said
your benefit.
That's why I said right now for me, what my own concern concerning matter my contributed is that we are concerned about the damage this has caused. Rather than looking at other things, let us get good assessment, see how people can help. Do you understand me? Direct help to those people that are displaced or whatever has not have happened. Because right now we don't even really, I don't know, as for me, right now I can't see a clear analysis of the damage and display. When things happen like this in the US, the first thing you hear, the police come out and say, following the incident last night,
that's the point.
So number of people are in the critically ill, need emergency. So number of lives was lost. 200 people displaced from their home. This have happened. That is the concern. What is the effect? Clinical analysis, situation report. Let us know before we start thinking of course it has happened. It's not going to change anything. Let us know the help they need, what people can do. Rather than trying to just back the government. So have a nice day, dear.
God bless you, brother. God bless you so much. I'm so happy I brought you. Nobody else wants to talk. Okay, Femi Adirogba is here. Let's hear from Femi and then we round off. Thank you so much.
Daddy Freeze, while we're waiting for Femi to come over.
Yes,
okay,
go
Femi
ahead.
is already. Daddy Freeze, while we're waiting for Femi, I see Femi has been here since we started this live because I joined immediately after he joined. You see, Daddy Freeze, I witnessed the Ikeja cantonment, the one that took place there, because the young man who just left the live now talked about the fact that what are the people doing, or you asked a question also. The people are always trying, they're always at their best. I'm not at Ibadan, but I can tell you, go there now. Persons, there are a lot of persons that are out now helping persons doing.
Network. All right, Femi, let's hear from you.
All right. Good evening, Daddy Freeze.
Good evening.
One compliment. Actually, I've been listening to the conversation. It's just sad that such an event actually happened, especially in.
How they hear you? They go. Okay.
Actually, it's just sad that such an event happened in one of the biggest cities in Africa, and it's unfortunate that such a thing is happening at least at the beginning of the year. And I pray that may the soul of the
dearly
people
departed,
may rest in perfect peace. Actually, there are so many dimensions to what happened yesterday, and I think the best thing we can do is just to speculate about the what has actually caused that event. I've actually listened to Bongoli, and I think he also made a nice point in talking about speculating about the cause of the incident, where he was talking about the vapor cloud explosion, which can actually be true. I think another thing we could also have considered possibly should have been the, as part of what Bongolia has said, possibly could have been the accidental ignition of explosive, because we said for every rumor there is always maybe certain percentage of truth there. If the state governor, as at yesterday, said there were miners and that they store some explosive there and blah blah of a thing, and that made it happen. We cannot say the governor was not actually saying the truth, because he remained the governor, and I believe there are some experts at that particular scene who could have done a kind of preliminary review of the situation, who could have actually given him something. But in my own idea, in addition to what Bongoli said, I may want to think that it's still the, what's it called? It's still the dynamite of a thing. Because when we are talking about the chemical nature of explosive, one thing about it is that it can always undergo a very rapid oxidation reduction, and that is always it. Or what's it called? The heat condition. Maybe the government could actually be right, based on what they said yesterday, considering the chemical properties of the explosive. And maybe Bunkuli can also be right by what he said, considering the scientific explanation he gave to the whole idea. But as at this moment, so far there is no major, what's it called? So far there is no official report from any reliable organization. I want to urge every Nigerian to just be a bit patient, to understand what could actually be the likely cause of that incident. However, we should also understand that the government should as well work harder and should work harder in ensuring that the safety and the security of people is guaranteed. Whether we like it or not, many people that actually cried yesterday, many of them are common Nigeria, like you, I, and every other person on this life. It's just unfortunate that that thing has happened. It's always good for the government to be up and doing as far as the matter is concerned. It has happened. There is nothing we can do about what happened, but the government should work harder in establishing the truth about that incident. And once they establish the truth about the incident, it will also be great for the government to ensure that we don't have a repeat of this particular situation, because sometimes simple things start in a very simple way, and before we know it, it keep being a repetitive event or a repetitive activity. So I think the best thing is that the government should actually help in avoiding the scenario. And number two there is that we as a citizen, this is a moment where we just have to be very careful about what we say regarding subject matter, and we should also try to have this empathic character in us, to to sympathize with those people that it has actually happened to, and to also show a sense of care. Anything in Nigeria could happen to anyone at any particular. No one is right. No one can say he or she is perfect about his or or a situation. Anything can just happen. However, we should just be a little bit be patient, because one thing there is that if we are trying to to be speculative, things can just go beyond hand, and at the end of the day, we just realize that we are just saying what is not when it is not happening. That will just be my simple contribution to the subject matter.
Thank you very much. One more person, if there's any more people here, send me a request if you want to join, or just type that you are in Ibadan.
I think many of your followers that are in Ibadan must be on Facebook that freeze.
Yeah, I'm believing that too.
I think so. So it might be very hard to get them on Instagram. And say one is actually selective about, people that are actually in Ibadan that are actually on this.
Since nobody else wants to talk about this, I'll suggest we meet again. We convene again later on tonight.
should come up
So
at
we're
night
waiting for
to actually.
Bongoli later on tonight. Okay. So I have somebody from Ibadan. One more person, and then we out of here. All right. So we have somebody here with us. I've sent you a request, brother. Accept my request. Brother, I've sent you my request. I'm waiting for this guy one more time, and then we're going to have to end. Sorry, guys. Can't seem to get on. We'll talk a little later when Bongoli comes back. Thank you so much, guys.